Hi friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In last video, we have seen how to create an email template in Email Builder and also how to enable Edit in Builder option. So let's try to create an email alert notification today. Okay, so we will use a template that was created in the last video, and using that template, we will create an email alert notification. So what is email alert notification? Ideally, what happens is like the client or the user will want to get notified on his email whenever certain conditions are met. Okay, say like for example, the example that we are going to take here is of the opportunity amount. Say like if opportunity amount is more than $100, then the user should get a notification saying that okay, this is the opportunity name and this is the amount. Okay, so let's try to do and see how it works. For that, first let's go and see whether we have email template already built, just to be double sure. Okay, so this is the email template. Let's see what is the template about. Okay, it shows like this. Hi team, we observe the change in amount for the below opportunity, the opportunity name and the amount, and it comes with the person who is the owner. Okay, owner of that opportunity. Okay, and the subject line says amount change notification. Now to build a email alert notification, we have to go to setup. So again, let's go and click on the setup. Come to the setup page. So to send an email alert notification, the first step is to build the email template, which we already did in the last video. Second is to create the email alert. Then third is to build the flow and then activate it. Okay, so let's build the email alert. So search for email alerts, click on it, click on continue. Now, here you can see all the email templates that are built for your organization. Right now, it is blank because we haven't built yet any. Let me build one email alert. Okay, to do that, click on new email alert. Now you need to mention the description over there. I'll say like amount change notification. Okay, it will take the unique name again. Now, on which object you want to create this? I want to create this for the opportunity object. Okay, so this is the opportunity. Next is select the email template that you have built. Click on search, and then you'll get a like this a pop-up screen. Select lightning, and this is the email template that we have built. Click on it. Okay, so this is the email template that we have built. Next is the recipient type. Okay, so what happens is it depends upon the requirement that you have to send this email. Okay, say like you want to send this to email to one user or to some particular role or to some particular designation. Okay, so it depends like to whom you want to send this mail. So select that, click on the search drop down box and you'll see all the related options over here. You can go and say like okay, role, then you can go and select like I want to say like uh, the person, all the persons who are COO will should get this email, who are tagged as CEO into Salesforce, okay, or CFO. But now for the demo purpose, I'm going to select the user. So if you want to select some multiple, like one or two users, specific some users, you can select the user. I'll select my name, click on this add button. You'll see in the selected recipients list. The next is you can also add 5 email addresses to this which are not into Salesforce. So these are additional 5 email addresses. Okay. So what I'll do is for the reference purpose, I'll add. Okay, so this is the additional email address I have entered. Now from email address, when you click on it, you'll see there are 2 email addresses, like options you can select. One is current user's email address and another is default workflow user's email address. It's best option to select the current user's email address. The reason being, whenever the person change the value, the recipients who has been selected, they get a notification, but the sender will be that owner, opportunity owner. So it's best always to keep the current user's email address and then click on save. Okay, so this is how the email alert is being created. Now the next step is to build a flow. So we are done with the second step. So to build a flow, let's go to the object manager and search for the opportunity. Okay, because we want to build that flow under opportunity object. So once we come to opportunity object, scroll here, you should see the flow triggers. Click on it. Here will be all the flows that you have built till date. Right now we don't have any. Let's build one. Click on new flow. So for the first very start step is to configure the start of the flow. So there should be some conditions, some selection that needs to be made in order to start the flow. Okay. So again, the object that we want to build is opportunity, which is selected because we click this from the opportunity object. If you open the same thing from another way, whereas you don't need to go to that particular opportunity object and then open it the flow. You can always do from another way as well. Then you need to come and select the object over here. Okay. So now I already selected the opportunity object over here. The next is trigger the flow when. Okay. So you want to trigger this flow when the record is created or it is updated or record is deleted or record is created or updated. Okay, depending upon your requirement. So what I want to do is this trigger should be executed once a record is created or updated. Okay, say like now I'm going to say if the amount is greater than 100, there might be scenarios wherein the user directly enters more than 100 amount, or initially he might enter 10 and then he might go and update it to 100 more than 100. So it works in both ways. Okay, so I'll select the record is created or updated. Now we need to select the entry condition. So sometime what happens is like, okay, uh, this trigger should flow only if this is true. If not, it should not flow. So to happen that, we need to put some condition requirements. Okay. So let's click on this. You'll see there are multiple options. Now the first one is all conditions are met and. So let's click on it. Let's see how this does this look like. Okay. So for example, this is the first criteria. Then second is this. Now if you see when you select and, it will show and over here. It means the first and second should be true. Then only this will execute. This will run. Okay, so this is how AND works. The next is OR. Either this or this. Any of one is true, this will run. The third is con custom condition logic. So you build your own condition over here. Like say 1, 2, 3. 1 or 2 and 3. This is your custom condition logic. So you want either of this one and then third is compulsory. Okay. And then fourth comes is like formula evaluates to true. So you put some formula condition over here, and if that formula is true, then it will execute. So for demo purpose, let's see on and now. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to see whether the amount is more than 100. For that, first of all, search the field. This is the amount field that I want to check. Now, equals, you have multiple operators over here. I'll say like greater than or equal to value. Put the value. I'll say 100 for now. So if this condition is true, wherein amount is greater than or equal to 100, then only this flow will execute. Okay. The next one is when to run the flow for updated records. So there are again two conditions over here. Every time a record is updated and meets the condition requirements, or only when a condition is updated to meet the condition requirements. Now say like uh, the value has been changed. Okay, it is more than 100. Okay, so for the first time when you change from say 10 to 100, it will execute the flow, which is second option. Now it is more than 100 and you go and change some other value, some other field. Okay, not amount. Say like you change the name or you say change the date or something like that. But still it runs, or you want to run it every time you want to run it. So you need to select the first one. But in this kind of scenarios where you want like the amount change notification, ideally it should be only once, because once we have crossed more than 100, then the user don't want to get to know like every time, whether it might be 101, 200, 300, 500,000, doesn't matter. If it is more than 100, he should get one email and it should stop over there. Okay. So for that, select the second option. Now optimize the flow for. So this should be after the record once the record is being created. Okay. To happen that, select this action related records and then done. So what we did is we configured the start. Now the second step will be like to add the send email alert. Okay. So you set up the start. Now you want to send actual email to the customers as well, right? So to happen that, click on this email alert and click on this drop down. So you'll see the email alert that we created in step 2. So step 1 was build email template, which we use that in step 2. Step 2 was build email alert, which we use that or which we are using now in step 3. Okay, so we select that. Now again mention some name. I'll say like notification amount change. So API name will take on its own. Description, you can always go and mention some description. Notification for amount change. Now, what is the record ID that you want to use? Always click on this. Okay, so you'll see record.id. Just scroll down, you see the opportunity ID. So this is the record ID that you want to use. Click on done. Once this is done, click on save. Now again mention the name for this. I'll say notification opportunity amount change. It will take description and then click on save. Once you say this, the step 3 is done. Okay, so your flow is ready, but to execute this flow, you need to go and activate it. Okay, to activate, click on this activate button. Okay, so so this is done. Now let's test this. Okay, so this is how we build it. Let's go to the sales UI. Okay, we come here, we go to the opportunities. There is one already there. I'll just try to edit this. Okay, let's see if we have the amount already entered. Okay, it is there. Let's try to edit and see what does it do. If I go and say like, okay, it is 1000 now, and I click on save, will it trigger anything? So let's wait for that. Okay. Once you do that, okay, you should get a notification on the email address that you entered. So here in this scenario, I have changed the amount. I should get a notification. Let me go back and check to my Gmail account whether I have received the notification. So I have received the email into my Gmail account. I have opened this. So this is how the email will look like, wherein this is the subject line, amount change notification, and then it's from Prashant Ingle because we selected like from the particular user, and that is what it will show the person who has triggered this, and this is the email content. Okay, so if you see the opportunity name, the amount, and the regards, after that regards the sender name, this were dynamic. This everything has been pulled from the opportunity. Okay, so this is how we set up the email alert notifications for any number of users or any number of email alert notifications. Okay, if you like the video, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends so that they can also learn. Thank you.